Hi, Matt. Welcome to the RoyalTEA podcast with myself, with Tiffany, and Big D. Unfortunately, Big D could not be here today, but he sends his best, he sends his love, and he definitely enjoyed watching you this season. So let's
I'd
get
love to
into
hear
it.
that.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
big fans, big fans. Tiff, do you have anything to say before we get started?
Go ahead. I'll let you lead the way.
Okay, let's do it. I'm like the nosy one, the little inquisitive one. So, Matt, you have been out of the Big Brother house for exactly a week. How has your life changed since last Thursday?
There's a lot. I think not even just how much my life's changed, but like right off the bat, just being brought back into the real world, being with only so many people for 100 days and then, no phones, no nothing. And then now I'm having all this stuff come back. It's a bit of overwhelming overload. So I'm slowly getting back into it all, of course, and taking it with care because I know there's a lot of mental aspect with this. And I'm making sure I'm good first, making sure I'm in a good place and just not get too crazy with anything, just 100 days is a long time. And I'm just happy to be back outside in the real world. And for the most part, it's been a really exciting experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm really glad to hear that. And yes, it is absolutely wild coming out of that house and all of a sudden having to relearn things that you forgot and having to shake habits that you developed in the house. It is the
Probably forgot how
weirdest
to drive a car.
experience. Listen, I did not
Yeah.
know how to drive a car beforehand, so that didn't change for me. But yeah, simple things like that.
No, that is important, like reintegrating back into society. We don't understand how important that is. Like you've been away and you've experienced life in a way that you never have before. And so then it kind of like stops for us and it starts anew. And then we think that, okay, I can't wait to get back to how it was. But now we look at things differently and we look
Yeah.
at people differently and we look at relationships differently. And that's why a lot of people who don't share this experience don't understand how we can play a game, fight, dislike, say things,
Uh-huh.
criticize, critique, but also love, respect, and still maintain those relationships after the game because it's a totally
Yep.
different experience. So take your time reintegrating back. And it is really important because even years after Hannah and I played, I don't even know how long ago, we can still sit and talk about our gameplay, the time we spent in the house and our experiences all night.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the thing. I think at the end of the day, the cast just loves each other because you go through the same struggles, you go through the same stuff. How many days you're in the house, like you go through it all together that not many people ever get to experience ever in their lifetime. So like that's a very big moment, a special moment too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I met pretty much your entire cast last Thursday, and you guys are sweethearts. Each and every single one of you just put a smile on my face.
I
Uh,
I think that's why there's like no physical fights or anything. I was like, we're all joking around. Like this might be a boring season because no one's throwing hands or anything.
Not throwing
well, no,
hands.
no, you, Matt, you guys did have a couple fights. You had America versus
Mhm.
Felicia. You had
Uh-huh.
um, Corey
Jared and
versus
Corey.
Jared. Yes. Okay, let's actually get into it because you were present for both fights, I believe. So, what was that like? Were you like, oh my God, let me just not say anything. I don't want to get involved. Jag, you better shut your mouth too. Like, what was going through your mind?
Definitely, yeah. It's like it's always best to stay away from the heat. Also, like when that's happening, I'm trying to stay up in the combat. I'm just like, what's going on? I'm like, a little lost. But I'm just like, okay, they're obviously screaming at each other, so this is definitely not good. But I'm hearing like half the stuff that's going on. I mean, that's one of the biggest things too. Being in the house, I hear not even half, less than half, like, or yeah, more than half, whatever. I hear like 85% of the comments. Like, no, I don't hear 85% of the comments that happen. So there's a lot of times where I was just kind of clueless, just because I didn't know what's going on. But I always just knew, like, don't get involved and don't say the wrong things, because I know I could be someone with false information because I don't hear everything correctly. So that was a lot of stuff like that in the game. With that, I incorporated with my gameplay and my style because I knew I was kind of had a disadvantage, but I knew I still had to find a way to be very social and play a very good social game.
That's actually kind of what I wanted to touch on next. So you mentioned how you sort of had to take a step back because you were at a disadvantage with not being able to hear everything. Now, players are already at a disadvantage in the sense that we are not privy to each and every single one of the conversations that are happening in the house. But when you are having a conversation with someone, you might miss something. And so, how did you navigate that? How did you navigate the challenges that came with that? And how did that sort of inform your gameplay? Because I think that's something critical that we as audience members didn't necessarily take into account when we think about how Matt played the game.
Yeah, I think that was my biggest challenge was the hearing, because this is a game full of whispers and I had to sit through so many of that, and I couldn't get too pissed off about it because I don't want to ruin my game. You know, I don't want to keep getting angry at people because I can't hear them, and so I have to stay calm about it. And then I think that's what happened with like me and Riley. We had a very good relationship, and she really went out of her way to help my game. Like, we stayed up late at night and she would inform me on like stuff I missed going on the first 2 weeks when she was here. So she was always updating me on stuff that I missed because I was missing a lot of information. And that's why, when she left, I was devastated. And then now I was like, okay, I just lost someone that was really helping my game. Like, she was helping me stay on top of everything. And then I didn't really have that as much. And then, of course, Chad became the next person for that. And so, yeah, I think that was part of my strategizing, is finding someone that's going to be like ride or die with me. And Riley was that, and Jag was that. And because it was kind of that trusting, like, I trust you not to take advantage of my disability, and I did the same in return, like, I remember we had a long combo and I was going to vote 112 or like 111 against her. Like, I was going to be that one vote. She's like, do not throw your game. And I was like, no, I'm trying to play this game loyal. And like, that was a lot of that. So I knew that was my disadvantage of the hearing. So I knew I needed to be someone trustworthy. I knew I needed to trust people and work with people, because that's going to be very crucial to my game.
Absolutely. I do kind of want to get into your relationship with Jag. Obviously, your relationship / friendship with Riley was very sweet. She is a sweet, sweet girl. But you did save Jag in week 4, I want to say, or he would have been like the 4th person to go home. Looking back on that, do you regret it? And what was your game-defining move?
It's back and forth. Like, I think anyone would assume you would regret that move, but I think I don't regret that move. Because he was a very valuable team player with me. We protected each other the entire time in the game and helped each other out, and had I not had Jag, maybe I could have been the next person out. You never know. And like, I knew once I used that power and saved someone, they'll probably owe a lot of loyalty to me. And I think that's what happened at Final 4 and Final 3. Because of that loyalty I showed, he returned it in favor. So like, again, that was a strategic move, making myself make it to Final 2. Because I had picked someone and that person has chose to sit next to me at Final 2. So, that was a big key factor of why I wanted to use that superpower too. In my head, I was thinking, I use this person's going to owe me. Like, I'm not going to expect them to owe me everything, but like, they're going to repay the favor somehow.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you bet on Jag, and I think you bet well. I think he bet well on you. Your guys' dynamic in the game was fun to watch. You guys definitely beasted your way to the end, but at no point did you ever think like, I need to get rid of this guy.
Yes.
Obviously, when it was like, no, there's obviously these thoughts, I think you have to think of every situation, do I get rid of Suri? Do I get rid of Felicia? Do I get rid of Bowie? Do I get rid of Jag? There was definitely a lot of combos to be had during that. I think what I played was in not everyone's ear, but I was on everyone's side, and I was okay with who went next. So with Jag, I knew he probably was going to take me very far, so I didn't need to get rid of him, where I felt like there was an alliance with the Mamas, and I felt like, if they take a shot at Jag, and Jag wins veto, and I'm on the block, then I'm going to get cooked. So that's why I didn't want to do that. And with Bowie, I just knew Bowie was rocking with us because I know she had a rocky relationship in the beginning. And I remember coming up to Bowie and being like, look, I'm never going to take advantage of you. I'm going to work with you. I'm going to make sure you're not on the outside anymore. And obviously doing that helped my game. And, it's hard. It's hard because you don't know what direction could have been different. Had I, let's say, taken Jag out earlier, would the mamas have taken me farther? Because I know the mamas kept telling me, like, oh, you're going to win this thing. You're going to win this thing. I'm like, that's kind of a bad thing to say because that means you probably don't want to be sitting next to me in the final two if you're going to think I'm going to win it. So that's where that happened. So I had to put them up because I was like, wait, they think I'm going to win, And that's a game move. Like, that's what's so hard because it's personal and game. I was like, Jag is my brother. Love him to death. And then Sari is my mama. Like, I love her so much. And that was so hard. Like, I avoided being HOH as long as I can. And then I got it. And I was like, oh, no, now I got to be mean for a week.
Not mean, but I totally understand just having to balance what's best for your game amongst all these strangers, and your personal relationships that you build with these people is so challenging. Tiffany and I obviously played the game very closely together, and it really did feel like we had known each other for our entire lives. It was beautiful to watch, but also it could have been really painful. So in our last moments, first of all, thank you for joining us, Matt.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, no. We love talking to you. We love chatting with everybody from your cast, and we hope to see you soon in the future. But 2 last questions. Future for you and Riley. I know that's your business, but I'm nosy, and so are the fans. And 2, would you play this game again? Would you play this game again?
All right, so first question. Me and Riley we're talking. We're in good terms. Like she just left a couple days ago, and we I think
we're good.
Yeah, we're good. I'll say that. I think it's uphill, upward from now. So we're on good terms.
What's the showman's name? Miley?
The Rat.
Rat? No, Rat.
Yeah, because...
No. Miley. Can it be Miley?
RATT.
Wait, but what about
the house? I never saw what the people were labeling the alliance was.
What about like Smiley? Because both of you guys, what if you guys like to smile? Your name's Matt, her name's Riley, so Smiley. I don't know.
No.
Smiley.
No.
We'll see if that gets trending.
Well, that's better than Rat, Tiffany. Why would she want your showman to be called Rat?
Oh, Miley.
Well,
Miley, but that's like
Hannah Montana name. Might sue. Yeah.
Yeah, she might get mad about that.
That's her.
And then
only Miley.
But second question, absolutely, I would do it again.
Okay, Matt. Well, maybe Tiffany and I will see you in the house one day. No, I'm just kidding.
Hopefully that's alliances. That's hope for all alliance.
Matt, would you do the challenge with me?
I mean, are you gonna be my teammate, or are you gonna go against me?
What do you think? What does with mean, Matt?
No, I would definitely do it. I would definitely do the challenge.
I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Based on your answer, I'm definitely making sure you go home.
Oh no. No! Don't be like that.
You heard it here first.
I'm gonna promise you, week 1, I will not go after you. How about that?
Oh, just week 1.
That's pretty good promise.
But week 2,
we'll see what week 2 takes us.
Oh my gosh,
Hannah, he is out for blood. No, you know what, Matt? I'm gonna tell you right now, Matt. I see you coming through. I want you to come through the door because at least I know right now I have a target.
No, stop.
Let's get at it.
You guys heard it here first. Matt versus Tiffany, a feud, enemies, arch nemesis. Thank you so much, Matt. And go Tigers, right? That's what you would always say.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Yeah. Thank you, Matt. Take care.
Thank you so much for having me.